In 1991, a man went to space for what was supposed to be a routine mission. A few months later, his country collapsed. And suddenly, there was no clear way to bring him back. No schedule, no plan. Just a man stuck in orbit, watching his world disappear below him. In May 1991, Sergei Krikalev launched aboard a Soyuz spacecraft toward the Mir space station. At the time, the Soviet Union was still one of the world's two superpowers. Space missions like this had become routine, precise, calculated, and predictable. Krikalev wasn't just a passenger. He was an engineer responsible for maintaining systems that kept the station alive. The plan was simple: spend a few months in orbit, complete the mission, and return home. Everything was scheduled to the minute. But in space, there is no room for uncertainty. But while Krikalev was orbiting Earth, the system that sent him there was beginning to fall apart. The Soviet economy was in crisis. Shops were empty, inflation was rising, people were lining up for basic goods. Across the country, protests were spreading. In places like Lithuania, Ukraine, and Georgia, republics were declaring independence. The Union was fracturing from within. From space, Krikalev could see none of this directly. He relied mostly on delayed transmissions, short updates, and filtered information. Enough to understand that something was wrong, but not enough to grasp how fast everything was falling apart. Then, in December 1991, everything changed. The Soviet Union officially ceased to exist. 15 independent nations replaced it almost overnight. The red flag was lowered from the Kremlin for the last time. A superpower? Gone. And while all of this was happening, Krikalev was still in orbit, still following procedures, still reporting to a mission control that no longer represented the same country. And Krikalev says, "Of course I understood what was happening on Earth, but I still had a job to do." Normally, returning from space is a routine operation. A replacement crew arrives, the outgoing crew leaves. Everything is synchronized, but now there was no stable system left to manage that process. The Soviet space program had been split between multiple new countries. Funding was uncertain. Responsibilities were unclear. Russia, now leading the program, was facing severe economic crisis. At one point, there were discussions about delaying missions, simply because there wasn't enough money to operate them. And that meant one thing: Krikalev could not come home. Not yet. And no one could tell him when. His mission was extended, then extended again. Days became weeks, weeks became months. He continued orbiting Earth every 90 minutes, 16 sunrises a day, but something had changed. He was no longer just far from Earth. He was outside of its story. While millions of people were living one of the most important political transformations of the 20th century, he wasn't part of it. Not part of the protests, not part of the decisions, not part of the transition. He didn't experience the fall of his country. He missed it. And he says, "I just continued to work. There was nothing else I could do." Then came a question no one could answer. Who was he now? He left Earth as a Soviet citizen, but the Soviet Union no longer existed. He hadn't lived through the transition. He hadn't experienced the change. Yet when he returned, he would belong to a completely different country. Not by choice, not by decision, but simply because history moved on without him. After 311 days in space, a return mission was finally arranged. In March 1992, Krikalev re-entered Earth's atmosphere. The capsule descended over Kazakhstan. For the first time in nearly a year, he was back. But his body had changed. After months in zero gravity, he couldn't stand on his own. He had to be carried out of the capsule. The mission was over, but the world he returned to was not the same. He left Earth as a citizen of one country. He returned to another. Krikalev says, "When I left, I was a citizen of the Soviet Union. When I came back, it no longer existed." We often think of home as something stable, something that doesn't change, something that waits for us. But for Krikalev, home changed completely while he was still trying to return to it. And maybe that's the question this story leaves behind. If everything around you can change like that, what is home? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you want to add or discuss something.